So I'm trying to find this perfect place in terms of light, with natural light, and I have been trying everywhere, and I'm so frustrated that I nearly decided not to do the video. So, but that can't be an option now, can it? Maybe I'm gonna just take you on a slow walk with very imperfect light through the garden. I just have been on a small walk, and while I was lying on the rocks, I was thinking about that apparently busyness determines our worthiness, which is nothing new, but it becomes very, very, very clear to anyone amongst us who happens to be dealing with something like chronic fatigue or any kind of beautiful chronic illness, ... Or just maybe being highly sensitive and not being able to just go, get, yeah. And you have a combination of all those things, yay! And somehow I feel like our society is obviously not made for people who are more sensitive, let alone for people who are dealing with anything chronic. And I don't know, I think I have been thinking about this because I get regularly confronted with a lot of people who obviously, because they have the energy, have a very busy lifestyle and have the luxury to complain about it. I want to make clear though that there are obviously also many people who don't really, it's maybe the other end of the stick, isn't it, that really have no choice and need to do a lot of stuff. Kids, maybe single moms or whatever, and that just don't have a choice but being busy. But I also know a lot of people, at least in my environment, that kind of wear this busyness like a trophy, and just someone from my family, for example, close to me, who's in Portugal visiting at the moment, and saying, yeah, well, I'm so happy that I can design my life and am financially independent. And it's so much about, for this person, and I love them dearly nevertheless, but it's about status and getting worthiness of being seen as someone who's earning money and apparently helping people at the same time. And it's like all this worthiness is based on those factors that are dictated by a society of functioning members. Your worthiness is dictated by status, how much money you earn, and how busy you are, because your busyness shows your importance. And I know a lot of people who come to me and say, I'm so busy, I've had such a busy day. And tiredness, when you say I'm tired, then it's like they're looking for a justification. Oh yeah, of course, yeah, I've been really tired as well because I've been so busy. There's no justification for just being tired. No, it's not allowed. It's not allowed, but our bodies do whatever they want to do. I just think that it's kind of like you're kicked out of the normal functioning society member club. And I think because so many people just really have a problem of how should I say, even imagining that somebody else might have a different experience to them, to the norm, to the normal. They just sometimes don't realize how ignorant they are, you know, when they just don't see that maybe some other people have a completely different reality, which doesn't mean that they are struggling less or that they just choose to sit there and do nothing. And I just think that the crux of this is that you're already feeling really exhausted and really tired, and then you kind of sometimes isolate because you just don't want to go out there and listen to other people's, oh, I've been so busy and I've been doing this and that. It's just kind of painful, especially when it then comes towards, and what have you been doing? And why aren't you doing more? And what are you doing anyway? It's like, it's all around that. And I sometimes just wish we would have different things to talk about, you know, things that aren't so dependent on what we have been doing and how busy we have been, or on our status, things that, I don't know, subjects like, have you seen an interesting exhibition maybe, or what are you passionate about, or I don't know, just I'm kind of, really, it makes it very difficult not being normal, being out in the normal society and having to listen to all those things and then having to respond to, and what are you doing? And somehow having to justify your reason of being or something like that. And yeah, it just shows me again and again. And that I think that is to discern these are values. Even if I was completely energized and healthy again, I don't want to live by. I don't want to have my worthiness dependent on how much I am doing. I think that's just not really good. And sometimes I think like those people who so much put their worthiness into that basket of status, money and busyness, if you ever, because you never know, come into the situation like me, I don't know whether those people will fare very well, because it takes quite a lot of resilience, I can tell you. So don't dismiss the people who are different to the norm. And I sometimes wonder how many people are really in the norm, and is it worth it trying to belong so desperately to a norm that's dysfunctional in the first place. So that's my thoughts for today. And I would love to hear from you, whether you can relate or not. Let me know. This was Anja. Take good care. Bye-bye.